Remember a few weeks ago when Katy Perry, Gayle King, and a few other celebrities went to space, and people weren't exactly thrilled about it? Well, turns out Katy might be having second thoughts. Gayle, not so much. Let's break down everything that's been said since their flashy space adventure. Earlier this month, Katy Perry boarded Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket for a quick, suborbital trip, just over 10 minutes. It was the company's 11th human flight and featured an all-female crew: Katy, Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez, Ayesha Bow, Amanda Wen, and Carrie Flynn. During the flight, Katy sang "What a Wonderful World," held up a daisy for her daughter Daisy, and even teased her upcoming tour setlist. She called the experience a lifelong dream and said she hoped it would inspire unity and empowerment. But the internet wasn't impressed. A lot of people saw the mission as a publicity stunt. Critics pointed out the absurdity of promoting a feel-good message while millions of people are struggling financially. One comment summed it up: people can't afford groceries, and you're out here joyriding through space? The fact that the crew was all women was used as a big headline, but that didn't mean they were astronauts or scientists. To many, it just looked like another flex by the rich and famous. Olivia Munn put it bluntly: "Is it historic just because you went on a ride? That's not exploration. It's indulgence." Emily Ratajkowski added her take too. She said that while it might look like progress to see women and people of color in space, it's not. It's a display of privilege. Jeff Bezos taking his fiancée and other famous women on a space vacation while millions can't pay rent. Her words were sharp. Privilege is not an accomplishment. Exploitation definitely isn't. She even said the whole thing felt like the Hunger Games.
Happened. Christopher is not one of them. And I actually told this to Kath, I was like, maybe it would be easier if he was. But
Sure.
He is not one of them. So if you're gonna share the story, share the story.
The romantic side of the speculation, it paints this picture of like infidelity and paints you as a villain.
Don't paint it out to look like I cheated on you with him, because I did not. I will nail my feet into the ground and I will stand on that ground. I did not, I would not, and I have not. You know what I mean?
Were you presented with doubts about your actions in the house with Chris?
No.
Okay.
No, because I straight up said, what are your boundaries?
At no time am I watching you and Chris and wondering
Like,
if you're seriously having a thing with this guy, or if you know, like I know who you are.
Our bond is beautiful, but our bond.
Olivia Wilde joined the mockery, posting, "Landing from a commercial flight in 2025 with the caption, 'At least the $1 billion bought good memes.'" And then there was the grand return, when the women landed, kissed the ground, and acted as if they'd survived some great mission. But in reality, they were gone for just a few minutes and came back promoting a tour. Later, according to Daily Mail, Katy Perry admitted she doesn't regret going to
Honestly thought I would come on here right now with my partner being like, it was just a TV show and it was all fabricated and we're happy as Larry.
space. But she does regret turning it into such a media circus. She cringed at the whole singing in zero gravity moment, the flower tribute, and the setlist reveal. And honestly, if they had done it quietly, like other celebs have, it probably wouldn't have made such a splash. But they made it look like it was a scientific breakthrough. Gayle King, however, wasn't here for the criticism. She said it's frustrating that people downplay it as just...
We broke up for these reasons, and you know that. You know, Kath posted a video basically alluding to Chris and I are the reasons that we broke up. That's not the case. That is not the truth. And they know that, and I know that. So they were going to, post their video again, but because they wanted to share their story, but say like, hey, I did give some misleading information. Like JoJo and I have talked a bit more. Here's the truth, because I don't expect them to air out all the reasons why I did end things between us, because if they did, it would be a little crazy. But all good if they wanted to. But I don't think that's the right thing to do.
...to ride to space. She pointed out that nobody said that when men went.
Were you just as shocked as like the rest of us to see their video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely was. I was on the phone with my mom, and I saw it on Instagram first, and it was, cut off. So I was like, oh, the full version must be on TikTok. And then I saw the full 13-minute version, and I was like, oh, I'll be genuine, I did not watch
13
it.
minutes is
13 minutes is
forever.
I did not watch it. I did not watch it.
That's a movie.
It's a movie.
But truthfully, the backlash wasn't because they were women. It was because of how the mission was presented. People expected substance, and instead got spectacle. If the mission had included female aerospace engineers who had spent years in the field, the public would have reacted.
No, because I straight up said, what are your boundaries? And I had a few boundaries for them while we were in the house, and they actually did proceed to break those boundaries. I will say that. And that's something that it wasn't big enough for me to care about, but it was something that I had specifically asked, like, hey, look, for the 20 days, just can it with a few conversations. And those conversations actually picked up more. They had in-person ones as well. And like that for me was like, okay, look, I'm ending things anyways. It's just another reason, you know what I mean? It was another piece of pie on the plate.
Very differently. Instead, the takeaway for many was, if you're rich, you can buy a few minutes in space and call yourself a hero. One viral comment read, "This is the dumbest thing I've seen all year. Rich women go to space for a photo op." Another said, 8 minutes, millions of dollars, and absolutely no purpose. Just a luxury ride in the sky. At least Katy seems to have read the Gayle? Maybe not so much. Anyway, that's what went down and what people are still saying. Let me know what you think in the comments. Love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.